Are the Golden State Warriors about to watch their championship window slam shut because they listened to the wrong voice at the wrong time? That's the brutal question hanging over the Bay Area today after insider Mark Stein dropped a bombshell that should send shivers down every Warriors fan spine. Lauri Markkanen is officially off the market. Not just difficult to acquire, not just expensive, completely, utterly, devastatingly unavailable. And the worst part? Golden State had their chance 6 months ago and walked away. Let me paint you the picture of what just happened, because this isn't just another failed trade rumor. This is a franchise-altering miscalculation that could define the final years of the Stephen Curry era. Yesterday, December 1st, 2025, Mark Stein confirmed what rival executives have been whispering for weeks. The Utah Jazz have fundamentally changed their strategy. Instead of selling their finished star, Danny Ainge's front office is preparing to add pieces around Markkanen this trade season. They're not rebuilding anymore. They're buying, they're competing, and they're doing it with the exact player the Warriors desperately needed. Lauri Markkanen, Utah Jazz 2025. For Mike Dunleavy Jr., this isn't just a closed door. This is the entire building collapsing on what was supposed to be Plan A. The Warriors spent the entire offseason dreaming about a 7-foot stretch big who shoots like a guard, someone who could extend this dynasty for 3 more years while Curry still has magic in his veins. That player was Markkanen, and now he's gone. But here's where this story gets absolutely painful, where you start to wonder if the Warriors sabotage themselves. Peter O'Keefe from Blue Man Hoop revealed a detail that should haunt the Warriors' war room for years. If it weren't for veteran Draymond Green's strong opinion, we might be sitting here right now with Lauri Markkanen as a member of the Golden State Warriors. Let that sink in for a moment. Draymond Green, the heart and soul of this dynasty, the defensive genius who's won 4 championships, personally urged the franchise not to trade their future for finish forward. He convinced management that giving up Jonathan Kuminga and Brandon Podziemski would be too steep a price. He believed the young core could develop into something special without sacrificing everything for an improving commodity. And you know what happened next? Markkanen made Green look absolutely, categorically wrong. After a 2024-25 campaign that some label below expectations, Markkanen has exploded this season like a supernova. The numbers are staggering. 27.9 points per game, shooting 46.6% from the field, 35.5% from three-point range. These aren't just good numbers. These are elite All-NBA franchise cornerstone numbers. He's proven to be exactly the player the Warriors feared he might not be, and now they're watching him dominate from the outside looking in. Draymond Green Golden State Warriors. The irony is almost too cruel to contemplate. Green's defensive instincts, which have saved Golden State countless times on the court, may have cost them their best chance at extending their championship window. His voice carried weight in that front office meeting, and management listened. They trusted the veterans' judgment. They kept their young assets. And now those same assets haven't developed fast enough, while Markkanen has become untouchable. This is what makes the situation so uniquely frustrating for Warriors fans. It's not that they got outbid. It's not that they couldn't put together the right package. They chose not to pull the trigger, and that choice is now haunting them like a ghost that won't leave. But the pain doesn't stop there. The Jazz's transformation from seller to buyer creates a domino effect that makes Golden State's situation even more desperate. Mark Stein reported that more teams than not are convinced Utah is going shopping this trade season. Think about what that means. The Warriors aren't just losing access to Markkanen. They're potentially competing against Utah for the same role players and depth pieces that Golden State needs to round out their roster. The Jazz have become a rival in the trade market, not a partner. They want to compete now, not rebuild. They're looking at the same second-tier targets the Warriors might pursue. Danny Ainge, one of the shrewdest executives in basketball history, is playing to win immediately with Markkanen as a centerpiece. That's a nightmare scenario for a Warriors team that desperately needs to add talent around an aging Curry. And if you think the Warriors could just change their mind and make a Godfather offer now, forget it. The hypothetical cost would be absolutely prohibitive, bordering on franchise suicide. To match Markkanen's $46.4 million salary, Golden State would have to give up either Jimmy Butler, who just arrived in February and has been vital to their defensive identity, or package Jonathan Kuminga and Draymond Green together. Can you imagine the irony of that second scenario? Trading away Draymond Green to acquire the exact player he told management not to pursue? It would be poetic in the cruelest possible way. The man who vetoed the deal become the price to make it happen. But even that scenario seems to be moving further and further from plausible reality, as the analysis correctly notes. Stephen Curry Golden State Warriors 2025. So, where does this leave the Warriors? Staring at a plan B that looks significantly less appealing than the plan A they just watched disappear. The need for a second scorer and front court size hasn't changed. Curry still needs help. The championship window is still closing. But the perfect solution just got locked away in Salt Lake City. The attention now has to shift to secondary targets. Players who don't quite fit the profile as perfectly as Markkanen did. Brandon Ingram in New Orleans? He's talented but injury-prone and doesn't provide the floor spacing or size Markkanen offers. Kyle Kuzma in Washington? A solid player but not a franchise-altering talent. Some might dream about reopening conversations for Kevin Durant if Phoenix falters, but that feels like desperation talking, not strategy. The pressure now falls squarely on the shoulders of Kuminga and Andrew Wiggins to produce like the stars Golden State needs them to be. And let's be honest about what we've seen so far. Inconsistency. Flashes of brilliance followed by stretches of invisibility. That's not what championship teams are built on when your best player is 37 years old, and the clock is ticking louder every single day. This is the harsh reality Mike Dunleavy Jr. has to face as we head deeper into December. The silver bullet that would have solved the Warriors' offensive problems isn't coming. The perfect fit that would have given Curry the ideal pick-and-pop partner for the next 3 years is wearing a Jazz uniform and isn't going anywhere. The dream died in Utah, killed by hesitation and a veteran's well-intentioned but ultimately costly advice. What makes this situation so gut-wrenching is the timing. This might have been the last genuine opportunity for a rival team to pry Markkanen away from the Jazz. The window was open last summer, and the Warriors chose not to climb through it. Now that window isn't just closed. It's been bricked over and reinforced with steel. The question that will haunt Golden State for years is simple but devastating. Did they just waste the final prime years of Stephen Curry's career because they were too cautious? Did they let loyalty to their young players and respect for Draymond's opinion cost them a legitimate chance at another championship? Only time will answer those questions, but right now, the evidence isn't looking good. Markkanen is thriving, the Jazz are ascending, and the Warriors are scrambling to find a plan B that can somehow match the elegance and fit of the plan A they let slip away. The 2025-26 season is rapidly approaching another chapter in the what-if category, and Warriors fans know that feeling all too well. What if they'd kept Kevin Durant? What if they'd managed the luxury tax differently? And now, what if they'd ignored Draymond and traded for Lauri Markkanen when they had the chance? These are the questions that keep championship windows from staying open forever. These are the decisions that separate dynasties that last from dynasties that fade. And right now, watching Markkanen dominate in Utah while Golden State searches desperately for answers, it's hard not to feel like the Warriors just made a mistake they'll regret for the rest of the Curry era. The dream of Lauri Markkanen in a Warriors uniform is dead. The reality of what comes next is uncertain and significantly less exciting. And somewhere in that gap between what could have been and what actually is, the Golden State Warriors might have just lost their best chance at one more championship run. If you're as frustrated as I am about this missed opportunity, hit that like button and let me know in the comments. Did the Warriors make the right call last summer, or did Draymond Green just cost Golden State their future? Let's talk about it, because this conversation is far from over.